To make or change hotkeys in Blender, just go to Edit, Preferences, and then come down to where it says Key Map. If you're new to Blender, then most of the hotkeys you'll be interested in will probably be in the 3D view here. The 3D view global mostly deals with navigation hotkeys, stuff like that. And then you have object mode hotkeys. So for instance, if I were to press Shift D a couple times and then select all of these cubes, I could press Control J to join these objects into a single mesh object. So if we wanted to find the hotkey for that, we could come up to the top here. So you can search for a hotkey by its name, or you can search for a hotkey by the keys that you pressed, but we'll just search by name. We'll say join. So to edit this, we can click this menu open and we can change the ways that this hotkey works. Let's duplicate this again and shift select this. If I just press J without control, nothing happens. And that's because J, while in object mode, isn't assigned to anything. So we could, for instance, change this by turning off control. And now if I press J instead of Control J, these two objects will be joined together. So I'm going to get rid of this search value by pressing X and come down here into object mode. And so most of the hotkeys in object mode will be in this object mode global. So we'll open up global. You'll notice these X's by each of these different entries. Where you find a little arrow is something that you have changed. Now this is already open because we just opened it. But if it was closed like this, you could find it by finding that arrow. And if you wanted to revert back to the default hotkey, you just press this button here and then it's back to how it was with Blender default. So this value up in the top left corner is the name of the operator of the hotkey. So if you wanted to create another hotkey, instead of adjusting this one, we can click in here, press Control C to copy this value. We can come down here and press Add New. We could click in there, press Control V, click, and now we can create our own new join hotkey. Let's add a hotkey for an operator that occurs when you, and I'll move the cursor over here, when you say add a cube. And so the operator for that is mesh.primitiveCubeAdd. So instead of this join, I'm going to type mesh.primitiveCubeAdd. And then when I click, you see we get all of these options and it changes to the add cube operator. And so let's pick a hotkey that's not already in use while in object mode, which isn't many at this point. Most hotkeys are taken up, but we could use Control W. So to do that, I'll click either here or here to select the hotkey. So we click and then we choose the hotkey we want, W, and I want it to be Control W. So I'll click Control. And now here in the 3D view, if I press Control W, you'll see that a cube is added wherever I press Control W. So say we wanted Control W to add a huge cube, we could change the size to 8 instead of 2. And now if I hold Shift right mouse to move my cursor and I press Control W, we get a massive cube. You can also change this input from keyboard to mouse or different values like that. And we could set up another one. I'll click there, press Control C, and press Add New. Click this open, press Control V to paste in that value. And we'll change this one to W, but this time you have to hold Control and Alt to make it work. And we'll click this size value and we'll change it to 0.2. And so now we have our Control W big cube add and Alt Control W tiny cube add. If you're looking to find more of these operator values, you can go to the scripting workspace. So typically, whenever you do something in Blender, you'll see this pop up down here, and then you'll just want to copy the values after ops and before the parentheses. So from here to here, press Add New, and then enter this value where it says none, and then set up your hotkey to whatever you want. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.